the psychology of conspiracy theories. Very exciting. But we're not just talking about conspiracy theories, right? Because we are talking about misinformation. We are talking about disinformation. We are talking about fake news and conspiracy theories. Now, most people, probably in this audience, are like, you know what, Robyn? I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference between what is actually true and what is not true. For example, you might all look at an article about how the moon is hollow, right? And be like, absolutely not. That is bullshit, right? And despite the fact that there is a society, all right, there is an entire 201-page document, you're going to go, you know what? The moon is not hollow. But a lot of times fake news is put out there that is actually quite more convincing. Like, oh, eating meat could be better for the environment than a vegetarian diet. Fucking what? It's absolutely not, but there are so many legit looking articles that are like, oh, when cows fart, it's like a big hug for the planet. Right? And some of them are not as dangerous. Some of them are frankly offensive. Like, I don't know why you'd put that out there. I mean, like, why would you? Oh, all I'm saying is if you want to, you can put fucking anything on the internet. Just have a go. I hope you guys can see at the back, all right? There'll be a lot of visual jokes here. So that is it. Look, when you talk about misinformation and disinformation, misinformation is incorrect information that is put out there on accident. Disinformation is incorrect information that is put out there on purpose. And conspiracy theories are usually started with one of those two things. But the definition of a conspiracy theory is a group of people acting in secret to usurp power or hide the truth at the expense of the common good. All right, it is for those four things that go into a conspiracy theory. For example, telling an entire nation to drink bleach. That is disinformation. All right, conspiracy theory, more like Santa Claus. I now remember why I had an age limit on this show. Okay. Oh God, I'm really paranoid now. There's nobody. Oh dear. How old are you? Okay, fine. Okay, you're fine. All right. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. But I know. Okay, some of you guys are looking at me going, really? Is Santa Claus a conspiracy theory? Absolutely. It is a group of people, parents, acting in secret. Check. Okay. To hide the truth. Yeah. At the expense of the common good. Fucking capitalism. All right. And the reason why we need to talk about conspiracy theories is because they are more common than you think. 50% of Australians believe in at least one conspiracy theory. And some of them are very dangerous. Some of them are very harmful. Some of them are frankly ridiculous. Now I will say, I'm not going to go into a lot of conspiracy theories in this show, but I will tell you my favorite one. And have you heard of the one about the moon? Not the moon landing, not that the moon is hollow, but that the moon doesn't exist. Oh, it's a hologram, right? Which is very important. It's a hologram because I'm sitting there with my little science brain on going, wow, that's a hell of a lot of technology. We have had evidence that the moon exists for thousands of years. And I'll be honest, guys, I absolutely love Australia. I have been here for 2 months and I have learned about your Wi-Fi. You guys don't have the capability to have a hologram to the moon. It takes 4 days to send an email to Darwin. From Darwin. All right, not possible. But the problem is that you can't fight conspiracy theories with facts. And that's frustrating because as a scientist, I'm like, oh, but the logic is there, the evidence is there, the facts are there. You can't do that because the thing is, I have learned that if you are a good enough debater, you can make a case for anything. But the glove doesn't fit. All right, so I was like, all right, then I need to go through and figure out how we can fight conspiracy theories. And what we need to do is we need to look into the evolution. We need to look into the neuroscience. We need to look into the psychology. Oh, the excitement. I can't believe I'm married either, guys, okay? That's what the rest of my bit is about, right? Is about how we understand the psychology. And the basis of why people believe in conspiracy theories is because we have a number of different human needs that sometimes are not met, right? How many of you guys are aware of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Anybody? Oh, good jump, you guys. If you don't know it, it's a massive pyramid of human need. It's got different levels on it, right? At the bottom, you got the basics like food, shelter, clothing. Yeah, then I think it's like self-esteem, all the way up to your father's approval. It's actually, if you think about it, yeah, you're shaking your head. Yes, that was a joke. Okay. It is, though, a lot like the food pyramid, if you think about it, only you replace emotion with carbs. Which is, funny enough, something I have been doing for ages. All right, but the thing is when some of these needs are not met, when some of our human needs aren't met, that is when people start believing in conspiracy theories. And I'm going to go through some of these needs, although I will say this is a very dense show, all right? The biggest ones that are not fulfilled are, first of all, humans need to know what the fuck is going on, we need to feel safe and in control, and we need to feel loved. All right, and I'm not talking like, I need a big strong man to make me not believe in conspiracy theories. I'm married to a woman, I'm doing just fine. All right, yeah, but I mean part of the community. So I'm gonna go through these three things. First of all, we need to know what the fuck is going on. And what I mean by that is when we humans gained consciousness, we started asking big picture shit, right? Like why? Why do we exist? Why is the sky blue? Why is the ocean blue, all right? Humans are the ones asking why the ocean is blue. Gazelles are not sitting around a water hole going, but Dave, it is clear here, and yet. All right, like we are asking the big picture. And it's actually the reason why religion exists is because we needed to know what was going on. I know those are very distracting, is because in about 20 minutes that sun will come at an angle that'll make it very uncomfortable for all of you. So you're welcome. We will cut that bit out of the filming. Okay, yeah, so we need to know, we gotta go big picture. It's actually the reason why religion exists, all right? The only reason why religion isn't classified as a conspiracy theory is because they have positive intentions. And by intentions, I mean bank balances and criminal records. But I will say, asking the questions, that's not the issue. Obviously, asking questions, that is just science. If science was problematic, my parents wouldn't be nearly as disappointed in me for dropping several degrees to follow my dreams. Please tell your friends. All right, so the problem is really when our answers are unfounded, when we don't have the truth behind the answer, the correct basis for our answers. And that happens for a couple of reasons. Misinformation, disinformation, fake news on one side. Also, cognitive bias is massive. Now, anybody know what a cognitive bias is? Yeah, all right, so if you don't know, very simply put, cognitive bias happens when your subconscious brain, all right, makes assumptions because your conscious brain is not fast enough. All right, and I'm looking at a bunch of people going, we have chosen to come to a science comedy show on a Saturday night. Our brains are fucking quick. All right, I get that, but unless your brain can process millions of pieces of information, analyze it, and come up with an answer in under a second, according to neuroscience, your brain is fucking lazy. All right, so that's why we have different cognitive biases. Several of them lead to people believing in conspiracy theories. So one of them, proportionality bias, confirmation bias, and my personal favorite, pattern recognition bias. Oh, okay, so humans all evolved to recognize patterns, right? That's it. That is a thing that we do. We do it so that we can learn from our experiences. Otherwise, we would get burned every time we drank tea or trusted the government. All right, now, what I mean by pattern recognition is I mean deducing human behavior or decisions about our environment based on our past experiences. I don't mean tartan or paving patterns, all right? What I mean is, for example, coffee order versus personality, all right? We've all seen some patterns there. The more complex your coffee order, the more of a wanker you will be. We've all done it, all right? You got things like, at the bottom, Italians, me, you, estate agents, as we're moving on up there, 97% of Melbourne. Desperate housewives of anywhere, and Americans, okay? So I get it. Now, some people are better at recognizing patterns than others, right? Because patterns help us determine where is safe to walk, where is safe to move, who is safe to date. And again, some people are better than others. I, for one, probably, I'm not very good, right? I'm not. Like, if you look at my dating history, it followed a very obvious and unfortunate pattern. I could have saved years if I had just realized you cannot replace a personality with biceps. And so I am way down here at the end. Other people are going to be better at recognizing patterns, right? Some people would even recognize the first, the second, the 8th, the 19th red flag in dating. However, they are also going to see Jesus in their sourdough. Anybody wonders? Just leave that there for a little bit. Anybody can see it. Sometimes it takes you longer. Oh, still haven't seen it. Yeah, I know it is like people see it at very different levels. Like if you're not very good at seeing it, you might be further down the spectrum if, say, you are genuinely surprised at the end of every rom-com. Okay. Right? However, if you think that you have a roulette hack, you probably want to check where you get your news from. All right, so that's everybody sits along that spectrum. And look, I'll be honest, guys, if you are, like, it is good to recognize patterns. However, when you recognize patterns that are not there, it is called illusionary pattern perception, okay? Or for short, IPP. All right, now the term IPP is actually developed by a small group of scientists in the 90s called Naughty About Nature. Of course, they were super copyright infringed by the rap group Naughty by Nature, so the term is now called apophenia. Now, I will say, I did lose about 90% of the audience. Thank you so much. I knew that I loved you, right? I have a source list for all of my shows. If you didn't get that joke, I will also give you a playlist of 90s rap. All right, however, moving on. The point is that recognizing patterns, that is great. That is great for evolution. However, do not be too good at it. Nobody likes an overachiever, especially when it results in a cult. All right, number 2, feeling safe and in control. All right, we all need to feel safe and in control. We do, right? And if we don't feel safe and in control, then we start to look for answers. All right, very simple. It's all about finding answers. And I will say, we are more comfortable with incorrect answers, all right, than no answers at all. Humans are not good at not having answers. We have all done this. Everybody has, all right? I don't know if anybody here remembers dating, all right? But how many times have you been out on a date? It was a really great date. You had a really great time. And you're like, oh, I can't wait to see that man again. He was very excited. Oh, and then he doesn't call you back. And after 2 days, you're like, oh my God, did he not call me back? I don't know. Did he lose his phone? Oh my God, did we not? Is he ghosted? No, I know what it is. He died. We've all done it. We have all done it where we're like, oh my God, because you feel so much better thinking that he died than he just ghosted you. All right, now, sorry, you were too young. Don't ghost. If you take anything away from this show, don't fucking ghost people. I really am going to have to edit so much of this. All right, so the problem is, again, we are more comfortable assuming the worst thing than nothing at all right? It's actually called adaptive conspiracism hypothesis. We are all bred and we all evolved as like a better safe than sorry, right? Feel better safe than sorry, because it is safer to assume that everything will kill you than nothing will kill you. And I do say that with a bit of irony in Australia. So, however, I feel like now that we are in this in 2025, there should probably be a happy medium between calling the cops every time your waiter brings you a steak knife to seeing a man in a balaclava with a knife going, I bet he's going to a secret cheese party. All right, but at the end of the day, it is all about finding answers because of fear, right? When we are scared, that's why we need the answers. Now, fear exists in the part of your brain called the amygdala. I love the amygdala. If you have seen me before, I'm fucking obsessed with it. It's the emotional part of your brain, and it doesn't get the credit it deserves. I have actually rebranded a bunch of everyday phrases to make them more scientifically accurate, so I'm just saying the term should actually be, you scared the amygdala out of me. Yes, I sell them as coasters. You can buy them at the end. The thing is, it is all about fear. So when you have increased fear, you have an increased need for answers, right? The more answers you have, the more knowledge you have, therefore the more power you have, and the more in control you feel. And that is why we need answers. The problem is, when your answers are problematic, it's a double-edged sword, right? It's hard to feel in control of your world when lizards are in control of your world. Come on in. Yeah, you have missed a lot. Come on in. No, you're lovely. Absolutely. We're talking about conspiracy theories. Yeah, I know. It's a cult now. Does anybody have an extra Kool-Aid? I feel like they didn't get one on the way in. Oh, God. Okay. The rest of you guys did not laugh enough at that. Okay, fine. I was joking. Okay, so the final thing is that we all need to feel love, right? We all need to be part of a group, okay? Now, what I mean by that is humans evolved to be in a community. We know that because of island theory, right? So if you had an island with one good person on it and one evil person on it, then Trump would win. All right? Just like, okay? Now, if you had an island of evil people, all right, and we're just going to call it Love Island. and an island of nice people, then the nice people would thrive because they would work together as a community, and that's why they would survive. The evil people would all kill each other, right? So we know that we need to work together as a community, right? On a basic level, we need food, shelter, and clothing to survive, and the only thing I can make from scratch is hummus. And because of this, a lot of emotions evolved to help keep us in the group, because we all evolved to want to stay in a group and be part of a group, right? Things like love, things like hate, things like morality, all evolved to keep us in the group, all right? Although weirdly, love, hate, and morality are also three things that really suck the fun out of a good one-night stand. So we need to feel in the group, right? And so this acceptance, or more importantly rejection, is what can lead people to believing in conspiracy theories for several reasons, right? Say you are there trying to be part of a group, right? And you get rejected. All of a sudden you feel alienated, right? You feel defensive, and it is a lot easier to think that the whole world is wrong than you are wrong. Case in point, incels. Not enough people know that term. It's okay. Have a Google. Chat with it about your parents. Okay, moving on. So, the thing is, it's all made worse because of the fourth cognitive bias that I will talk about, which is intentionality bias. All right, we have a part of our brains. We assume that everything everybody does is on purpose. We think that all the time. How many times have you gotten a WhatsApp, right? You're shopping, you're like, oh, got a little text. I'll reply to them later. And you forget. Not a big deal. Absolutely not. 4 days later, you start the text the same way everybody has started the text in that situation with, oh, just seeing this now. No, you're fucking not. We know you're not. Everybody in this century has their mobile phone attached to them like it's an oxygen supply. However, you don't think it's a big deal. It wasn't on purpose. But if you were on the other side of that text, you are like, oh my God, why haven't they responded? It's been 2 days. It's now been 3 days. It's been 4 days. I have 2 blue ticks. Oh my God, the marriage is over. Because we all assume that everybody does everything on purpose, all right? So say you're rejected, say you're there, you have been rejected, and now you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do, right? Oh, you feel undervalued, you feel unappreciated, and because of intentionality bias, you assume the reason why you were rejected is because of a group acting in secret to fuck up my life. And it gets worse, right? Because all you want is that acceptance. You just want to feel a part of that group, a part of something. So then you start looking for a group anywhere you can. And it doesn't matter if it's a conspiracy theory group, a terrorist organization, or a running club. All right. Honestly, running clubs, I don't know if anybody in here runs, but speed walkers, are you kidding me? Have you seen their faces? Oh my God. Why are you walking like there is a coat hanger in your arms? I don't know. The point is that that is how you end up joining QAnon because your book club was full. All right.